What an eventful day two it's been for the Dallas Cowboys out in Oxnard for training camp. Let's get right to Brooke Shoemaker and Marcus Floyd in our Camping in Cali coverage, powered by McCombs Ford West. Brooke, Marcus, you guys were there for that circus that ended up being with those Dez Bryant's comments that came out right as the Cowboys were practicing. Let's hear, though, what Sean Lee had to say, because we heard from Stephen Jones earlier. We heard from Travis Frederick earlier. Sean Lee was the other guy, along with Jerry Jones in there, that Dez kind of went after. Here's Sean Lee, and you guys heard this, but I want everybody at home to hear this. Sean Lee, right after practice moments ago.
To say that I can get anybody off the team and have any input on the roster is absurd. Second thing, I love Dez, and I want the best for him. To be honest, we did butt heads because I wanted Dez to be more accountable to this team and his teammates. And to be honest with you, a lot of the team felt that way. I think he needs to look at himself and hold himself accountable. Thank you.
Thank you.
Strong words in a much more respectful manner from Sean Lee. Guys, you were in the middle of this thing as it was unfolding. Can you take us through what that was like today in Oxnard?
Well, it was kind of a firestorm, Hector. I mean, we were getting prepared for the second practice, and all of a sudden the tweet came out, and another one, and it was like, what's going on? And then Dez is screaming, and he's yelling at everyone, and he's
media tent, and everyone's getting involved, and he's replying to everybody, and it just became a whole fiasco.
And it was a typical Dallas Cowboys circus, and unfortunately, it's what's Dez has kind of evolved into being. I mean, he was a great player here for Dallas, and now he's almost a punchline. And you'd wish he'd just sit back and play football at times.
Look,
yeah, I completely agree, and I think that his teammates agree too. I know we just heard from Sean Lee and his comments, but also we talked to Byron Jones, and he says they all love and miss Dez. Travis Frederick says they all love and miss Dez. They just wish sometimes that he would tone it down a little bit.
Zeke said the same thing. We talked to Zeke today, and he almost said the same thing. Just tone it down a little bit, back off a little bit, and things would be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, we heard from Stephen Jones earlier in the show. This is key. When he was making that comment to that Sirius XM radio station that put this tweet out about his comments, Stephen said guys like Dez Bryant and Jason Witten, they want the ball, they're competitive, they're always in a quarterback's ear. The tweet that Dez responded to left off Jason Witten. It just said Dez Bryant, and that's why Dak Prescott's going to be better off, because Dez is no longer there to be in his ear. How much of a factor do you think that played in Dez's response and what this turned out to be?
Actually, it was key in that because
he felt victimized.
He felt
it was just him.
That he was targeted. And you know, Dez is a prideful person, and he kind of flew off the handle, and I think it just made it snowball.
So, in kind of analyzing everything, guys, do you think that this is going to continue to be a problem? Like, are the Cowboys going to have to answer for Dez every single time Dez says something?
You know, I don't think so. I know that whenever Stephen Jones was asked if this was going to affect the team and cause more drama for the team, he said he didn't think so. He thought it was just going to blow over, and I think that's the hope.
Hector, it's going to be a circus every time Dez says anything and tweets anything. That's what we want. That's what we love. No, we don't really want that.
Well,
but that's
guys,
what's going to happen.
Thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow night as the circus known as Cowboys training camp continues, because our coverage from California is just getting started. We've been out there since Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We get on through early the weekend and early next week. The latest news daily, in-depth interviews, continued team coverage, and our Camping in Cali coverage.
At McCombs Ford West, you're the star. Score on your next vehicle purchase on 410 West at Culebra. You're watching Sports Tonight, San Antonio's only nightly 30-minute sportscast with exclusive sports coverage you won't find anywhere else.